Hey everybody, it's Ben here with another video. This one, once again, from the north shore of Oahu. So, kind of sitting by the ocean here, thought it would be a good time to talk about this little random game idea I had where the entire ocean is one terrain type. I did a game, I think it was in college, like 2015 or 16 probably, where I had an ocean that was like pretty much all terrain, but you could take it a step further. Instead of having all different type of terrain, you could have the same terrain. Like the entire ocean is just fog banks. You probably need like many dozens of fog banks, but if you have a big enough collection or have enough terrain, you could do it. And you could do it with all the different types. I think it would be really bizarre, but I think it would be kind of fun to try out at least once. So with fog, you'd still have islands, and then you wouldn't be able to come out of the fog to get to the island because there'd be fog everywhere. So you just roll. Like if a six on a fog bank was touching the island, that would be considered docking. And then to counter not having any combat, you would basically, I'm thinking, give every ship the ability of not being able to be hit unless it's a 6. And then other than that, just measure ranges normally. Even if you were shooting through like an empty fog bank with like an L-range cannon, you could still do that if it was touching another ship. So you could strategically place your ships in fog banks where they weren't on like the edge of the fog bank. It would be really bizarre, but and then just have only 6 hits. And World Hater would still apply to that, so the ability would still be valid. So, and then other ones, Sargasso Sea. If the whole ocean was Sargasso Sea, that would probably be predictable, because people would just want to have big ships to try to not get stuck, basically. You probably see a lot of 10 masters and 5 masters, stuff like that. Reefs would be pretty hilarious. That would be a ton of small ships, probably, because 1 masters would be immune. That would be the only problem with that one. You might not see any shipwrecks because everybody would probably just fill their fleets with 1 masters. You could say that you're doing an all reef ocean after you build fleets, but then if somebody had like a gunship based fleet, they would probably not want to play against you at that point, or they wouldn't agree to that because then they just get wrecked. But I think whirlpools would be one of the coolest because, well, I love whirlpools, and you don't have to use their effects, so you could warp anywhere on the map with every move action. So I think that would probably be the one I would want to try out the most, because you could just teleport all over the place all the time. And this would be a perfect game to have like a ton of home island raiders in play. But I think that wouldn't be fun. Icebergs wouldn't work. You could do a ton of ice, but it wouldn't be, obviously you couldn't do solid ice. You could have like solid ice, and then every fleet has at least 1 icebreaker, and then they start on like the edges, and then you have to break the ice to get to the islands. I don't really think that would be that much fun. You'd probably just carve a path and then go back the other way to get back out. So I don't know if that would be worth doing. Probably not. But yeah, let me know what you think of this random weird game idea of using all terrain on the ocean. I think it's kind of interesting. It's probably a little bit more fun to do various terrain like I did. I'll try to remember to put a link in the description for that game I played where the whole ocean was different types of terrain, except for the edges. So I wanted to have the fleets be able to sail around a little bit. And you could set up like a ring where you can't go on like an edge where it's, like open water. So anyway, let me know if you think of a good game idea. Let me know your favorite game idea in the comments below. Thanks for watching.